CBS Evening News.
Americans rely on the news media for information about events occurring around the world. News, especially television news, exerts a powerful influence on our perceptions, telling us which events are important and shaping our understanding of the issues.
Yesterday morning at 7:15 a.m., Cho Sung-wi, a South Korean resident alien of the United States and a Virginia Tech senior, allegedly entered West Ambler Johnson Hall and killed 2 people in that dormitory. He then went back to his room, rearmed himself with a 9mm Glock and a .22 caliber handgun, left what's been described as a disturbing note, and at 9:15 a.m., Cho entered Virginia Tech's engineering building, Norris Hall. He chained the doors and opened fire once again, leaving no victim with less than 3 rounds in them. And when the madness finally ended, Cho Sung-wi had brutally murdered 32 students and faculty before taking his own life by turning the gun on himself. What we don't know, and perhaps what we'll never know, is why. What could possibly bring someone to commit such a horrific act? What possible explanation could help us understand the motivation behind the worst mass shooting in modern American history? Virginia Tech Engineering Hall has the signature.
Thursday, April 19th, a new video of Cho is released.
Well, it means to me, somebody who's obviously insane out of his mind. Is this not a way that he was thinking about them?
The person is
Alan, we spent our whole show almost on this.
That absolutely took your breath away when you see the tears.
Cho had other plans, which may have included making a name for himself. That became even more clear when NBC News received a package from him. It included an 1,800-word manifesto and dozens of videos.
You got everything you wanted. Your Mercedes wasn't enough, you brat. Your golden necklaces weren't enough, you snob. Your trust fund wasn't enough. All your debaucheries weren't enough. Those weren't enough to fulfill your hedonistic needs. You've had everything.
Cho Sung-wi is dead, but he has now spoken as if from the grave.
Massacre on the Virginia Tech campus.
American kids legally watch for Virginia Tech.
Fiery debate erupted today over the use of the so-called Cho manifesto. Cho mailed it to NBC at 9:01 a.m. Monday, right in between murders at Virginia Tech. Network executives carefully opened the package, then turned over the contents to authorities, but not before making a copy for themselves. Here at CTV, we did air some of the pictures and video, but instituted guidelines to ensure its use was very limited. To discuss this further, we're joined by Wendy Freeman, Executive Producer and Vice President of CTV National News. She's in Halifax. And Roger Aronoff, a media analyst in Washington. Welcome to both of you. Wendy Freeman, it must have been a very difficult decision trying to measure out the appropriate use of this material.
Yes, Paula, it was, and we did not take this decision lightly. We held high-level editorial discussions last night with our senior staff. As well, this morning we held a conference call with all our news directors and show producers across the country, and this was not taken lightly. And we had high-level discussions whether to air this video. We have begun to limit the use of this video, but we believe that we do not censor the news. We truly believe that we should not suppress it. We believe that Canadians and our viewers are mature enough to listen and to watch this material, as horrific and horrible as it is, and they need to make their own judgments after they watch this. This is horrific stuff, Paula, but we truly believe that we can't keep it from our viewers.
Isn't that really, though, what journalists do every day? I mean, we can't just sort of bombard viewers or readers with extraordinary amounts of information. Do you have to decide? Do you have to pick and choose?
Yes, we do, and it's part of our job as journalists to pick and choose and decide what goes on the air. And, you know, we do edit this, but we have journalists that, you know, put this into context for our viewers to make them understand these events.
On the other hand, though, Wendy, and some people say it could encourage other mentally ill people to follow in the footsteps of this murderer. How do you balance that off?
Yes, we are concerned about copycats. However, we cannot suppress the news. This is the reality of the horrific events that took place, and we cannot suppress this.
Roger,
Thanks, Paula.
You've been critical, and I want to start with you. What did NBC and other media outlets do wrong?
Well, look, I understand they're wanting to show some of the footage, and we all want to see it. But I think they did do some things wrong. For instance, when they decided to show it, they seemed to be teasing it almost for ratings. And at the end of the evening newscast last night, they talked about, and we will have additional footage on tomorrow's Today Show. So it was almost like it was during sweeps and they were trying to get ratings. And then when they saw the reaction today, they came back after certain family members refused to come on the Today Show, deciding that they were very upset with NBC for airing it. Then NBC said, okay, well, from now on, we're only going to use no more than 10% of our airtime to show this video footage, which means 6 minutes per hour, and after commercials, even less than that.
NBC today went on the defense over its decision to release the self-made video of the man who slaughtered 32 students.
Let's not show these videos. Let's show images of the students, and let's show images of these students who have given their hearts to this community and tried to repair it and tried to heal it.
A number of students have told us they're just sick of seeing this video. They've seen too much of it. It's like they can't escape it, and they just don't want to see it anymore.
You've certainly been afflicted by these horrific events and this horrific tragedy and this intense media attention. I'm sorry that you were all exposed to these images.
Can you imagine if a family member of yours was involved in this situation and somebody showed up at the funeral with videotape of what happened to them?
The video was aired. It was the first time I had seen it, actually, and my friend just kind of broke down crying right there in front of us, all of us. It's just hard for everyone, I think, when you see that over and over again.